Hello, divine creators. Welcome to the Mela Universe. We are Radleigh. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a collective reading for the 15th to the 21st of May 2023. Happy solar return to all of you celebrating this week. Thank you so much for coming through at this time, manifesting in human form to assist in weaving love, authentic creation, and true expansion and expression of the universe through humanity at this time. Thank you for being. Thank you for your soul discovery. Thank you for all that you are. And we wish you a beautiful, blessed, abundant, happy, powerful, beautiful day of celebrating your new journey around the sun. And of course, for everybody else, have a most beautiful, magical week. Beautiful beings, this week we have the new moon in Taurus on the 19th of May, and we received the new moon in Taurus energies on the 20th of April already, when it was a new moon in April. And when we looked at the chart, we were a little bit confused because we read new moon in Taurus, but didn't we already have that? And then we looked and it was a new moon in Aries, but on that time, during that time in April, we received Taurus moon energies. Shortly after the new moon in Taurus reading, if you all remember, we received the moon in Taurus meditation. So we were fully in Taurus mode, and we were already integrating the new moon Taurus energies even when it was new moon in Aries. Source has asked us not to redo another reading, that we are simply to remain in the Taurus energies. It was simply where we had shifted, so we were not receiving the new moon in Aries light codes. We were already bringing in the new moon in Taurus light codes, for that is where each of you needed it in the journey. For the second house, resources and relationship healing, you've all been doing. We received that you had already all received the new moon in Aries expression energies, expressing yourself in your authenticity and beginning new energies in your authenticity is something you have already all been working on. What was meant for a focal point was the foundation, the resources, the structure, the second house energies. Fascinating. And we will not be creating another reading. We have been guided that should you wish to have a meditation or do a new moon accessing through the channel, to go back to the moon in Taurus meditation. It'll be just as powerful right now, and it will bring you, for those of you who have already did the meditation, it shall bring in new energies for this time and new light codes and new frequencies. It is a timeless, ever-evolving, ever-changing frequency, ever-changing meditative frequency. So for those of you wishing to anchor in some extra new moon energies, go back to the Taurus moon meditation. We'll put a link to it in the description below, and we'll also put a link to the new moon in Taurus reading we did on the 20th of April, which is still valid for these energies now. Okay, beautiful beings. So note that there won't be a new moon reading, for we already received it a month ago, and we were completely unaware that we were anchoring in a month's messages, but source, that was the way it had to happen. So we are not going to argue with source. We actually thought we would have to backtrack and redo, and source said no, you did exactly what was meant to happen. That message would have come through regardless of what we had labeled it. And we were already really anchored in the Taurus meditations, and we're sure that some of you will have felt the Taurus moon and the Taurus frequencies quite strongly throughout these 2 months. Okay, so right now let us see what is coming through this week, 15 to 21 May 2023. Okay, we trust that all made sense, beautiful beings. Okay, success. Oh, success. Lovely. Definitely a beautiful Yes, and reconsider. Center. Oh, fascinating with this. And opportunity. Wow. Wow. Okay. We're receiving the phrase, the term, a golden week. A golden week. So allow that to be a mantra for yourselves. Allow that to be a call, a meditation each and every single day. This is a golden week. We are receiving a golden week. We are living and manifesting within a golden week. Okay, success. Yes, this week is very positive. There is a chance for you to shine. The spotlight is on you. The stage is yours. And life is ready to reflect you in your clarity, in your truth. You are to be celebrated. You are to be seen. You are to be recognized this week. You have shifted your energy. You have shifted your frequency to... You have crystallized, okay? Through these past few months, you have really been re-engaging and reconnecting and reintegrating these energies, these light codes, to come to a frequency which honors your authentic truth on a vibrational level, right? You have been cleansing and releasing all the old coding, the old ways of being, the old ways of expressing yourself, releasing old attachments to the physical, old attachments to ways of being. And through this process, you have been reloading, reintegrating, receiving, and re-anchoring your organic soul frequencies, the truth of you, your divine energies. And this week, or rather you have through these last few weeks and this week, you're really going to feel that you have shifted now. You have almost crystallized into a bandwidth of frequency which honors you completely. So you've raised your frequency, you've raised your energy to where you are seen. You are no longer holding back. There's nothing about you that's wanting to hold back, wanting to limit itself. You've freed yourself from all restriction and resistance and limiting thoughts, limiting behaviors, limiting situations, limiting relationships. You have freed yourself from past conditioning. You have freed yourself. So, fascinating. Which is why it's really hand in hand. All these cards really work together. But we're going to go from success to reconsider, then reconsider to opportunity. So success to reconsider. Whatever the motive was for you co-creating in your past experiences, or co-creating in what you enjoy doing or what you are doing currently, you have released the old motivation for it. So, for example, you were asked to release certain things. You were asked to remove yourself from certain situations which maybe were a comfort zone, which perhaps was an ease, a love, a programmed way of being, in order for you to release the dependency and the need for it from that aspect. Because should you do something, the intention is to simply be pure, pure as in it resonates with your well-being, it resonates with your truth. It is the key foundation is in your resources and in your stability, in your foundation. Okay. So you were really to purge and release. Fascinating. And sources bringing in the new moon energy again, saying when we received the new moon energies on the 20th of April, the reading was really assisting us to activate, to bring to the surface of our consciousness everything that wasn't aligned with who we were, in order to release it, and to also bring to the surface of consciousness things in our foundation and the motivation for it. Why is this a foundation? Is it because I have to keep it there, or is it because I want it there? And if it's because I want it there, is it because I was conditioned to want it there, or is it actually something I really, really want there? This way I'm behaving, this way of expressing myself, is it something how I want to express myself, or am I expressing myself this way because of my upbringing or because of people's expectations? So it was really seeing, is my foundation really based on what I want to do? And if it's things that I enjoy, is it because because I truly do enjoy it, or is it because I was conditioned to enjoy it? So it was really that understanding of how you operate within yourself and within your environment and within your career and your relationships, in order for you to release any external influence from being the governing factor in why you enjoy a certain thing, why you behave a certain way, why you do a certain thing, in order to free yourself, to free your frequency from any conditioning, any limitation, any definition, any controlling, programming, egoic influence, so that you are completely shining in your truth, simply only doing that which is you and nothing but you. In that space, with now the new moon coming in really firmly in Taurus, sources bringing through that we received the new moon in Taurus energies a month ago in order to prepare us for the new moon energies now. Okay, but before we were ready to receive the new moon in Taurus energies now, there had to be a shift in frequency, or else these energies would almost bounce off, because the foundation, the bedrock of our foundation, would still be within the influence of the physical, of the illusion. So the new energies which truly honor your frequency would not be compatible. Fascinating. So we had to almost begin our weaving, our integration of energies a month prior, and that was this energy was almost a dominant frequency, more dominant than the new moon in Aries, for those of you who are connected to this healing. Okay, other healers and other astrologists will of course have done the new moon in Aries, because that's what they're bringing through. However, for the purpose of the integration of energies we are doing here, through this healing network, we were required to do a fundamental key healing before we could receive what is now to be received. So source is saying, so now, right, here you are, free, purified, the work you've been doing this past month to release attachment to these things, these comfort zones, these ways of being, in order for you to truly think, is this actually what I want to do? Yes, it is. Is that actually what I want to be? Actually, I don't want to be that. I actually want to be this. Actually, you know what? That is actually what I wanted to do. And I must stop thinking that I need to be extra, this, that to please people. I actually really do enjoy the simplicity I have there. And that's where I want to remain. That is how I actually want to do things. It's not somebody telling me what to do. It's not an obligation. It's not a programming. It's actually something I organically enjoy. So you are really just claiming the foundation to you, allowing it to really be the truth of that which you are, thus raising your frequency. So this week you are seen in your truth energetically. Okay, we're not talking about your physical experiences. Yes, even in the physical, people will see your light, people will see your vibe, you're charming, people will love your energy, people will want to be around you, or people will see your energy and it'll be intimidating and they'll run away. However it manifests for you, your light is shining brightly throughout within the spirit and the physical realm. Energetically, you are seen. Source can see you in your clarity. You're no longer being a used object of the physical egoic programming. You're no longer a sheep in herd mentality. You are shining out brightly like the lion you are. So now that you are there, you are finding that some of the things you had to release might be coming back this week. 6 of Cups energy. And it's not because you are now having to learn the same lesson again, and it's not a trick. It is, you can now reconsider it, because now it's being offered to you within your clarity. So you're having these experiences come back saying, hey, I'm here, so how are you going? How do I resonate? Okay. And remember, you are at a different frequency. So however you experience these things in the past will be very different. These relationships, these experiences, these opportunities will be very different. So Source is asking you to reconsider. Don't punish what's coming in now with the old. You have released the how you attracted these energies in the past, because however you attracted these relationships, these situations, these energies, they were compatible to you at that time. You've done the beautiful work to release all of the programming, all of the validation through the external, the physical, all of the obligation. So you're simply shining your light fully in your truth, in your power, doing what truly resonates with you, not what you think you have to do, even expressing your way how you feel, not expressing your way to be polite or to be this or to be decent, all the ways that humans have decided it means to be courteous, to be considerate. You're releasing all that programming and simply intuitively expressing yourself in a way of authentic truth, which of course then resonates in love and conscious creation and consideration. But it's not this restricted, defined, directed consideration. You organically, your frequency creating within that authentic truth, the side effects, it resonates as consideration, it resonates as politeness, it resonates as love. It's a side effect. It is a consequence of you being in your well-being, that your energy then is just loving and caring and wonderful. It just is what happens when you're in that space of your truth. So now that you are there in this very new frequency, now that you have cleared everything else, we are envisioning you being this powerful bird, right? And you have these beautiful wings, but because of the limitations, they were sticky. They had almost this oiliness to it, which wasn't yours, and for the longest time you've been flapping your wings, just preening your feathers, releasing everybody else's energy off you, the influence, even your own mind's conditioned influence, until finally your feathers were free and light again, and now you are flying within your own freedom, going in a direction which you choose, not because you have to, or not because, well, humans say, no, you must do this in order for you to live a healthy lifestyle. Like, no, I'm doing things my way. My way is organic and it is healthy for me. It doesn't have to be what has been written in magazines, what people think is all the seen energies, the social media telling you this is how to live a healthy lifestyle, this is how to center and meditate, this is how you're like, no. We are not all these similar beings that now have a unified way of being. Each and every single one of us will connect in a different way to source, will have a different healthy lifestyle which is unique to us, will organically do things organically in a way which organically is inspired by our truth. So there is no one way of doing anything. Everybody's having a completely unique way to doing anything they want to do. And you've freed yourself to that unique frequency, the realm of authenticity, the Aquarian way of being. You've freed yourself to be an Aquarian authentic creator. And now because you're there, these opportunities are coming now aligned because you've raised your frequency. So they've also had a transformation. Remember, that which comes back to you won't be something that can harm you. You're at a different frequency. So you don't have to worry that, oh no, are you saying that now that toxic energy I left is going to come back? No. They can't meet you. Only if that energy has gone through an awakening process and has done the similar, not the same because you're different, but a similar healing process to be in their authentic truth, can they now reach you? Will you be compatible? So anything that comes back now from your past has evolved, is able, has the capacity to meet you where you are. And that's why Source is saying be open to energies, new energies coming in, absolutely, but also be open to past frequencies coming back anew, because now they reflect the truth of you. They don't reflect the illusion of you. Okay. Wow. And as these past things come through and you can reconsider them, they bring in powerful opportunity. Okay. So now these energies, where in the past you were in these energies working, but because you weren't shining, you were hiding your light. You would put so much energy, you put so much time in these spaces with these people, in these connections, and you received nothing. Or you received very little because of perhaps codependency, because of people pleasing, because of not creating in your truth, because of the the intention was splintered, it was tainted, it was not pure within your frequency. So you didn't receive that which really honored you as you would have been deserving of. But now that you have done the work to release yourself from those limitations, and the reason why you do anything at this time is because it feels aligned to you and nothing else, these opportunities are now aligned to you at your frequency. They are now those that can. Those that aren't aligned are not going to return to you. So you don't have to fear. Do not fear what comes through. Don't decide it's going to lead to badness. Don't punish what comes back into your life right now with the past. Don't punish what comes back in with how it treated you or how it was with you in the past. It's whatever comes now back is in a higher frequency. It meets you in this way, which is why that this new moon in Taurus comes in new manifestations within the true foundation of you. Now that you have, and within the true intention of you, within the purified intention of you, now that you have released the ways in which, or the reasons why you had enjoyed what you were doing, but based on external, based on people pleasing, based on conditioning. What you're doing right now has nothing to do with what other people think or what the world thinks. You are doing it for you, and that was the key, to align that which you are doing to be the pure frequency of you, so that now everything in the physical honors it. And Source is really bringing that Six of Cups energy, saying past effort, past rewards, past energy, now finally coming back in a way which it can meet you, where it has the capacity to meet you and bring in the opportunity that you finally now deserve. You see, now it meets you where you are. This is your frequency, and this is what returns to you. Now finally, in a way in which it can bring in success, manifestation, stability, opportunity. You're finally receiving the energy which you gave out. Also Six of Pentacles energy coming in, that six harmony balancing. The energy you were giving out is finally coming back in. You see here, look at you giving out that energy, shining through brightly, and look at how it's returning to you, open arms, in the physical form, in the same abundance and frequency as you gave it out in the energetic form. Okay, because you've also released the outcome, releasing the outcome, releasing how it used to treat you, releasing how it used to be. For example, okay, Source is saying, bring this back because we've spoken about this before. We were asked to release Jim a couple months ago because of the way we were creating. We were very open, very open. We could not help but read everybody's energy and feel everybody's energy around us, and it really splintered our energy. And literally 2 days ago, as we were just very comfortably and tuned in doing our home exercise program, Source said, oh, by the way, you can go back to gym. And we're like, what? Yes. And we thought, are we being punked? Ha ha ha, funny, it's a test. You're trying to see whether we're dependent on it again, external dependency. We see you, Source, we're not going to fall for it. And we're like, no, we're not. It's not a trick. You are done. You're no longer attached to it. No, we're not. You no longer need it. No, we don't. You're no longer dependent on it, are you? No, we don't. Fantastic. It's yours. Should you feel like it or not? But it's up to you. Either way, what do you feel? And we were a little bit nervous, to be honest, because we're like, we really don't want to go back. We don't want to go back in terms of, not back there, we don't want to go back in terms of energy. We don't want to backtrack on our journey. But Source said, but don't you enjoy that space? And like, when we are not so open and stuff, and Source was like, yes, but look, how do you feel now? Like, good, grounded. How are crowds? We're good with crowds now. Grounded. Yes, you have completed that part of your integration. So now, should you wish to go back to that space which you enjoyed, did you truly enjoy it, or were you there because you were expected to be there? And we thought, we actually really do enjoy it. Or do you think you have to go hiking like everybody else? Like, actually, we do enjoy hiking, but not as much as everybody else. We know that it's beneficial to be out in nature and the ocean, but we actually do enjoy the feeling of the energy and how we really enjoy that aspect. And so said, exactly. You are at gym for you. You're not at gym for anybody, for society, for what other people think. You're not there to please people. Imagine now you were in nature doing these trail runs because you thought you have to be that outdoorsy person in order for you to seem like you're having a high vibrational life. That's not you. That's you trying to please people and how they view the world and creation. You are here to create as you wish to. And now that you've released that space of gym being a need or a desperation or a have to, an escape, a grounding, you don't need it for anything. You don't need it to ground your energies. You don't need it for anything. You're simply there for the enjoyment of it. Go. And then we thought, but then are we going to then go back and then be open and then be, and so said, don't punish it now when it comes back with how it was in the past. You were open, you were raw, you were holding it, certain components of it as a need, as a grounding. There were certain codependencies there with it, which have now been resolved and released. So as it comes in, it now finally can offer you the space which truly reflects the energy which you enjoy every day. Fascinating. And not only in that aspect, in other aspects of our lives, there's been a return of energies where we're thinking, oh, but we had to release that, we don't know. And sources saying, everything that's returning to you now has shifted, has changed, is in a space where it is now again in harmony with you to where you are now. It had to be released because it was keeping you under the illusion, under the restriction. But this week, there's a return of energies. A return of energies where some past situations, perhaps past relationships, perhaps, and this, if it's a relationship, it is not something that's happened like a few months ago that you've released. Okay, this is long-term, years, you haven't seen this person and this person comes back because they've really done the work that you have. Okay, it's the energy of what's returning to you, everything that's coming back, this person, this experience, this situation, this process, whatever it might be, has shifted to where it can honor you, because where you are, remember, everything honors you. And now where you are, whatever has the availability to meet you where you are is coming back in a much bigger, brighter way, a golden week of opportunity. So be open to receiving this week. Be open to you. Don't close off to things coming in, to opportunities coming in. Don't close off to energies you might have to be asked to reconsider. You are different. It's so important that you understand you are different. And because you are different, everything is different. Childlike innocence. Reset your mind. Reset your experience. Don't react. Don't decide, oh, but I went here and last time. No. Reset. Have new eyes. Have new expectation. Have a new open. And Source says this is what the Fool card really represents, that new beginnings in the Fool card energy. Why are they called a fool? Because they keep doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different outcome. And Source is saying the difference is the Fool has done the work to raise their frequency. So they know, yes, they'll do that thing again because it still appeals to them. However, now it'll be different. There's a difference between doing the same thing over and over again while you are not doing the work to raise your frequency. If you're remaining stagnant in the same energy and expect a different outcome, that's the true fool. But the awakened fool, the new beginnings fool, is one who knows, no, but I really do want, I can feel there's something about that energy. But in order for it to honor me, I must do the work. I must do the healing. So that next time I go in there, I can feel a different outcome. And that is where you are now, that new beginning energy, where yes, you are going off the cliff completely unexpectedly. Sources saying, yes, it might be a familiar experience, a familiar path to you, but experience it as if it is so new and so unknown, like you're walking off a cliff and you have no idea what lies below. That is how you free that space to new energy again, to the unknown. Free everything in your life this week to the unknown, Don't decide you know how it's going to be. Don't decide you know how that interaction is going to be with that person. Don't decide you know what's going to happen in that space, because then again you keep yourself in that limitation. You are different. You have changed. Thus, what you call from that space, from that person, from that experience is different. It's a different frequency, and you'll be able to feel it. Okay, that new moon in Taurus bringing in new manifestations within the renewed foundation you are in at this time. Very fascinating. Okay, let us pull some tarot. We love it when Source is playing so beautifully with us. Look at this, the Star card, Aquarian frequency, authenticity. And this is you, destined experiences, wish fulfillment, clarity within that moon energy, full moon. Authentic creation, authentic expression, crystalline clarity, destiny. You finally within the truth of you. How does a star shine so brightly? Every single ray completely open. There's no limitation at a star. It's not deciding to hold back one ray of light. All the rays, 360 degrees of complete limitless shine in all spectrums. How? Because it allows itself to receive all the unknown within, thus all the unknown without. Similar to the Piscean moon energy here, the two fish, no longer in fish bowls of limitation and restriction, no longer deciding how things are going to pan out, but in the ocean, the deep oceans of Source, in the shadow, in the spirit realm, and also now in the light, in the physical realm. You have freed the physical to limitless form, to the form of you, and you have raised your frequency to authentic truth. Thus, the exploration of the light and the shadow is now a frequency match to your authentic truth. New moon manifestations through the authentic truth of your soul. Your soul's dreams come true in all the aspects that you're creating in. It's not only about, oh, that manifestation, that goal, that outcome. Your whole journey is to be a blissful wish fulfillment. Your whole experiencing is to be a magical manifestation of your Source. Wish fulfillment manifestation this week. Be open to beautiful opportunities, success, revelations, insight, understanding, reflection. Very powerful week. Six of Swords, yes, shift, a change, a movement, a transitioning, a healing, a blessing, one world to the next. Finally, you are shifting to a happier frequency of creation. And the situation, the outcome, the relationship, the opportunity, the experience has also shifted to that six, to that harmony, that balance, that place where it meets you within love. You have shifted, you are different, reconsider, see how it falls. You are at a different space. You have shifted, and whatever's coming in is also coming in within truth. That's that sword of truth, Archangel Michael, that sword of truth, the frequency of truth within your clarity, the Ace of Swords. Everything is meeting you within this clarity, within this truth. So reconsider, don't shut the door. Don't react. Don't have that knee-jerk reaction. Oh no, not you again. No, don't do that. Be curious. Oh, really? You? I didn't expect you to come back. Really? Okay, fascinating. Well, I have definitely changed. So what does it mean? Thank you, Source, for bringing through another beautiful metaphor. Imagine entering a garden as a caterpillar. Very different dimension and experience. You are crawling over everything, So it'll be, if you're going to go from one plant to the next, you're going down the tree trunk or the plant stem, through the grass, through the soil. You are meeting the ants and the beetles and the frogs and all of those land dwellers and the roots of the trees, and then climbing up the bark and the stem, then the leaves. That is your world. That is your world, right? And that is what you experience. Now you have transformed into a butterfly in the same garden. Are you still going to be crawling around the grass? You have wings now. Are you still going to be co-creating with the ants and the beetles and the frogs down there? You have wings now. A completely different experiencing of that same space. You're now up in the air. You are now the birds and the other bees and the other flying insects in the air frequencies. You are now on the flowers, landing on top of things, not weaving through things. A completely different energetic experiencing. And you're not about to randomly see a frog levitate in midair having a conversation, right? So the things that aren't compatible to your frequency, you won't see again, you won't meet again. But those that are, you can, those that maybe can, because yes, we have seen those flying ants with wings, right? So maybe that ant, which in the past you were with a caterpillar and you saw them, okay? Now all of a sudden that ant has gone through a transformation and now it has wings and is flying with you. That made me giggle, wow. But yes, so some things of the past have done the work and they'll meet you up there in the air with you, yes, right? But then other things, like other caterpillars who've turned into butterflies, they've met you. You met them as a caterpillar in the past and now you meet them as a butterfly. So yes, they meet you where you are. But the other caterpillars that are still in the caterpillar realm, you're not going to see them again. So you don't have to fear about the energies that weren't aligned to you meeting you again. You're living a different frequency of the same environment. And for you to be open to, but that returning energy, what comes now from the past back in, has evolved to be able to meet you there. Okay. The tree you were a caterpillar with, you were enjoying the leaves. Now the tree has blossoms, and same tree, but you're experiencing a different frequency of it. You're now more interested in the flowers and the pollen. Okay, so allow that to be how you treat your life now. Very different. Expect new unknown energies from everyone, everything, every opportunity, every experience. And it's really this energy is really going to integrate. You're going to feel these changes, these fundamental changes, these opportunities coming back to you this week and onward, because you've successfully shifted, you've successfully ascended, you've done the work. Well done. You've successfully leveled up, you've successfully shifted into a new realm, you've successfully ascended to you, and now everything is ready to honor you where you are. And it's beautiful. Just so saying, look at this mirroring energy shifted what? To the Aquarian frequency. To the Aquarian frequency. And look, the Piscean energy, the old Piscean energy has shifted to honor the truth, the Aquarian frequency. So it's the awakened Pisces. The Aquarian is all about authentic truth. So the Pisces in its authenticity is the two fish swimming freely, no longer limited in illusion. The stars and the moon shine for you this week. Knave of Wands, the Page of Wands, divine timing, new energy, new doors, new opportunities, new frequencies. See everything with new eyes, mirroring the moon, new eyes, the fish swimming, new, open, new paths, new doorways, new frequencies. So we are expecting a very different experience when you go back to the gym. We're expecting a very different feeling of it. We're not expecting what we experienced before. We're expecting it to honor us where we are. We're expecting the people who we interact with, who are also, a few people have been returning to our frequency, we're expecting them in a very new energy. So we're no longer defining them as they were. We're simply going to meet them anew. Meet everything anew. Meet everything anew. Meet everything anew this week. But this is exciting. New opportunities, new doorways with that Page of Wands, divine timing, finally things opening up, divine timing for those manifestations, because finally that was the hold up, that was the delay. You had to raise your frequency to you, to release the intention born of other people's perceptions, born of obligation, born of programming, born of conditioning. You had to free yourself of why you do things. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? What's important to you? It had to be released from what humans expected, from society, from that feedback of society, from what's been shown to you, what's been advertised as a healthy lifestyle, as a way to be a responsible human being and a service to humanity. You had to release all those ways of conformity, of what it means to be, what it means to exist, what it means to be good, polite, considerate, your moral compass. All of that had to be rewired to you, had to be brought back to you, had to be reestablished to you. That was the delay before you could finally meet your manifestations. You had to free yourself from the imprisonment of the egoic human mind and the creating of the egoic human consciousness, in order for you to be the truth of you, the soul consciousness, the soul mind, the soul heart, the source mind, the source heart, the source frequency of creation, in order for you to shift to the frequency which honors your truth, where you are now free within the light, free within the shadow, so that your opportunities and your paths can now finally meet you there. And you are ready, you are there. So be open to what comes through for you now. High Priestess, powerful, the unknown, the shadow, the unknown awakens, the light, the physical realm is now one with the unknown frequency, where the physical takes the shape of the unknown. Thus, under the opportunity, you have freed the energy you gave out, you have freed to the unknown, so now it comes back reestablished in the physical, in a way which honors you. You're no longer deciding how this energy you give comes back. You're no longer deciding how your energy manifests. You're allowing yourself to give and to be and to exist and to co-create within the frequency of the unknown. Thus the physical is now honoring it by bringing through opportunity, experiences and manifestations unknown. You are one with the unknown frequency. The light, the physical realm is one with the unknown frequency. You're finally manifesting within your power, within your authenticity, your truth, your clarity, your divinity, your magic, your sacredness, this is delicious energy. You're back. The magic within you is back. The power within you is back. The love within you is back. You are reclaiming you. You are living you. You're embodying you. You're embodying source. You're embodying power. You're embodying love. You are back within all of the truth of you like never before. Understand your power now. Understand your point of intent. Understand your point of creation. Understand the point at which you create. Realize that it is you and allow that to be a vibration of love and well-being. Allow that to be unknown. Fall deeply in love with the unknown, because that is where all of you are. That is where all of you is. Do not fear the unknown. Do not fear your power. Do not fear your love. Do not fear the physical experiences that are now open openly expressing themselves in your truth, in your glory, in your love, in your tranquility, in your abundance to you. Rejoice the frequency you are. Rejoice the frequency of this world. Rejoice the frequency of creation. This was not a suffering. It was not a pain. It was not a struggle. It was not a punishment. It was a healing. It was a liberation. It was a freeing. It was an understanding, a remembrance of that which you are. You are breaking the shackles of oppression, breaking the shackles of restriction, breaking the shackles of limitation upon the truth of that which you were. Stop worrying, stop seeing the negative, stop blaming, stop pouting, stop whining. You are powerful, you are source, you are divine, you are truth. And it's time that you claimed your truth and your power, your throne, your crown, your divinity, your sovereignty. It was time that you understood your mastery, the mastery of the source creator you are. It was time that you shaked off the taint, the imprisonment, the toxicity of the illusion, of the limited mind of creation within ego, within fear, within desperation, anguish, guilt, within the oppression of you, within the dependency of the physical, needing the physical, being dependent on the physical to validate you, to give you ease. Look at how easily you gave up your power to a world which never honored you to begin with. Finally, you are free. Finally, you're in your power. Finally, you see your truth. Finally, you know your way. Finally, you claim it. Don't fear it now. Don't fear the unknown. Don't fear the unknown. Don't fear the unknown power within you. Embrace it. Embrace your magic. Embrace your unknown. Embrace your non-understandable way. Embrace your inexplicable way, unexplainable way. Embrace all that you are. You are power, you are magic, you are truth, you are honored, you are celebrated. This was a healing. Celebrate, rejoice. This was a freeing. Celebrate, rejoice. This was a liberation, a remembrance of you. Celebrate, rejoice that which you are. Rejoice, 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 and ascend to a world, a reality, a creation which honors you within your clarity, within your love, within your truth, your divinity. Rejoice this week. Rejoice. Rejoice. Vatas, 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 vitarescia volviaciates, talovem viaturos qui viates, cazotur qui vieciates, talovem via voloviti, talovatria via qui viecatis, talovatos, talovivia viaces, talovem via vatis, viates, 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 vilavotes qui viec, vitares, 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 viaturos qui viec, vilovet vaporiciates tavem, valovet, valovet, valovet. Finally you see you as we see you. Finally you know you as we know you. Finally you love you as we love you. Finally you are you as we are you. Tavem, kivek, kiatares, rikiavekatis. You are honored most high. Vat kiavoki tries katis. Blessed be.